Can you hear me?
Hey,
There you go. I was scared that Instagram was tripping
yes,
like
can
it's
you
been
hear
doing.
me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can. How are
I
you?
know the service is so horrible.
It's because everybody's doing lives now.
Right.
How are
How
you
are
doing?
you? Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for taking the time out to do this. This is the Making Plays convo. So we just gonna be talking about the plays that you was making before the pandemic started, what you're doing now, and what you're gonna do once everything hopefully gets back to normal, whatever normal will look like soon.
Right, hopefully.
Obviously, Jersey got hit hard, so I always want to ask, how are you and your people doing?
I think yeah, we definitely got hit hard. I'm I'm doing okay. Luckily for me, I live in my own home.
Hmm.
Um, I really feel bad for the people who live in like apartment buildings where they have a lot of units in the building, because
Right.
you never know. And there's also a lot of people who are not really taking it seriously because they're not experiencing the death or the illness themselves.
Facts. When did you start taking it seriously?
Um, Honestly, I started taking it seriously last month.
Hmm.
My great grandmother ended up going to the hospital
Oh
and
man.
she didn't have COVID. She did not have the coronavirus. She ended up having cancer, but because of COVID, because of the coronavirus, I couldn't go be with her. I couldn't
Mm.
see her, and she ended up passing on a ventilator.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
After,
that.
yeah, so they tried to resuscitate her twice, and the reason why they were advising us not to bring her back was because you keep trying to bring somebody back and eventually their body just gives out and
Mm.
basically tells you, I don't want to be here anymore. And there's a sick person who could use that bed, is
Yeah.
what the doctor was telling us. Because at first they were trying to get us to sign like a do not resuscitate, a DNR.
Mm.
And I was like, no, 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 no. We're going to at least try once or twice to see if we can
Sure.
get her stable. But no.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, and my prayers go out to you and your family.
Thank you.
How's your sister doing?
My sister's doing really good. She's 4, so she's oblivious to what's going on.
Right.
It's just a regular day for her, but I've been kind of like teaching her so she'll, don't touch my face. Like now that's her new thing to tell
Mm.
people. Don't touch my face.
Right. Okay, that's smart. That's smart. Well, obviously, you've been making plays for a minute, ever since Once Upon a Time that kind of sparked everything off. But you've been doing your
Yeah.
thing on TV. You had the joint with Molly Brazy last year. You dropped that Off White in February.
Yeah.
I've seen you've been doing some features on other people's songs, and you did Rolling Out last year too, right?
I did Rolling Loud New York. I was so excited. I was like, yes.
Yeah. What
First
else?
year in New York.
That's dope. It looked like it was incredible. I saw some of the footage.
Yeah, no, it was really dope. And you know what? It felt good to be around more A-list artists because,
Mhm.
I think I've been in the game for a while and people are just now, I think, starting to realize like, oh shit, she's kind of dope. But
Yeah.
rather late than never, so.
Absolutely. Timing is everything. What else were you working on before the pandemic started?
People don't know that I actually didn't get to finish the Off-White video because the pandemic hit, but
Mm.
I didn't want to, not put the video out. And I didn't want to risk people and my team at the same time. So whatever footage we had, I kind of told my videographer, like, let's just make it work some way,
Right.
somehow.
I mean,
And
y'all made it work. It looked like a fun night. Yeah,
it was a fun night, a whole lot of, having fun.
yeah. A lot of throwing ones and stuff. Now, where was it filmed at?
Right.
Where was it filmed at? Can,
Oh, we actually filmed it in New York and New Jersey. We did it in
okay.
a go-go bar in New Jersey, and I got one of my favorite dancers to come be in the video, Nicki Minaj.
Hey.
Um so that was fun. And like I just feel like honestly before the pandemic, like I was working on new music,
Right.
and ever since the pandemic happened, like I'm so loaded with new music that it's like now I'm like, all right, when is this gonna be over? Like, because I really want to, you know, I want to shoot videos and not just in my
Yeah.
backyard. Like, I don't have 6ix9ine's backyard. Like,
You don't want to shoot them social distancing quarantine videos, right?
right, like everybody in masks and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
So, do you feel like this time that we haven't really been able to move around or do too much has given you time to really create and focus more on your music?
yeah, not just the music, but the business side as well.
Okay.
Um, you know, I'm still independent, but
Right.
coming in the game, I was independent and I had, I think the wrong people behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in time, if it's meant to be, then, it's meant to be with the right people to share, the wealth with or the moments with or, the greatness with. And those people that were around me back then didn't deserve to be around what's meant for
Mm.
me now, today.
Right. Right.
So it's definitely given me a lot of time to think and also humble up in a lot of ways too, because it made me appreciate being home with my family and stuff, because now I'm, they drive me crazy sometimes, but it's like now I really get to see, like, wow, I am missing significant moments when I'm on the
Right.
road, or I'm not fully there for my mom when I'm focused on, when I have to be in 5 cities in the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Speak on your team. When did you realize that you had to make a change? Because I think sometimes that can make or break a lot of artists' careers, is either recognizing that moment or recognizing it too late. Because some artists, I get wanting to be loyal, but when you're conducting business and you have the wrong people around you, obviously you just spoke on that, it could be detrimental to your career. So, what was the
hmm
point for you where you realized you had to switch stuff up?
Um, when I wasn't seeing any revenue and I knew that Once Upon a Time was going viral.
Mm,
So I went to the then owner of my independent label that I was signed to, and I only signed because I felt like he plugged me with certain people like DJ Self, and
right.
me getting on Love and Hip Hop came out of that, and so many other great things. So I'm a Cancer, so we're emotional, we're loyal. Don't get me wrong, we can be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but overall we're pretty, loving, emotional, expressive people.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt, like I was entitled to know how much I made off of iTunes, how many songs, how many records were sold, how many streams there were. I thought I was allowed to, and I was supposed to ask questions. And when I
Absolutely.
started asking questions is when I realized that, oh shit, they don't want to answer my questions.
Mm.
They don't want to tell me where the money is. They don't want to tell me how to claim my portion of the money, you know?
Wow.
So I think that that was my breaking point of, like, you know what? I gotta get educated on this myself. I gotta reach out to Pandora. I gotta reach out to iTunes. I gotta reach
Mm-hmm.
out to YouTube and show these people that my record has exceeded expectations on their platforms. And I don't even have relationships with these people because
Right.
of the lack of structure and guidance that I had with that first situation.
Mm.
So now that I have the right people around me, and I know that they're the right people because I'm seeing where he lacked and where everything is now coming together.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And you dropped a lot of gems in there. Do you think you want to continue the independent route or do you want to eventually sign with a major? Because you have a lot of artists who have been with majors for a long period of time going independent. Most recently, Tory Lanez.
Right.
Just he's dropping his first independent single this week. So, what do you think your path is?
Well, congratulations to Tori, because I think I really commend and praise artists who do stuff independently. It does take a lot of time and energy and a
It
lot of
does.
attention.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that I ultimately do want a major label behind me.
Gotcha.
And I say that because I've been independent now for 5 going on 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been working off of my own, credibility, my own credentials, my own money, my own this, and with help of other people, luckily, throughout that time. But with a major label, I feel like it's just a big machine. That's what people don't understand. When you have a
Right.
label behind you, it's a machine, but you also have to be prepared. And that's why I say I'm ready for a major label now, because I'm prepared to be able to handle what they're going to expect from me. When
Right.
you're going into a major label situation, okay, yeah, they're giving you a big lump sum of money, but then it's how are you going to recoup that
Right.
and then make your own money?
Right.
So, a lot of people, they have this idea, especially even with love and hip hop, like, oh, reality stars and, they have it so easy. They show up to, no, these are organic, real situations
Right.
where I really, really put out these quality records that go unnoticed and I feel super underrated at times, but then I'm grateful for it because it only makes me want to wake people up the more that they sleep on Mariahlynn.
I was having a conversation with Chanel West Coast yesterday, and we were kind of talking about that. And I asked her, why do you think it's harder for people who go from TV to music than people who go from music to TV? Why do you
Right.
think that like is harder? And she dropped some insight. She said, when you're on TV, they kind of put you out there. They portray you as one thing. So when you put your music out, they see you as the person you are on TV, as opposed to when you're putting out your music, you're still kind of a mystery.
Right, right.
What is your take on that? Because I agree with you.
Mm,
You do put out quality music and
thank
stuff,
you.
and sometimes I feel like the TV portion kind of overshadows that.
It does in a way, but for me, I feel like you can stop that. It can overshadow it to an extent if
Mm-hmm.
you gain control of the situation. It's all
Gotcha.
how you utilize the platform and who you connect yourself with, and you know stuff like that. Because honestly, I feel like Love and Hip Hop was a huge learning experience for me,
Right.
and it had its ups and its downs, but overall it was a positive experience for me personally.
Right.
Another person may have a different opinion about it and say they hated it and they looked crazy. I've had my moments where I've looked crazy, but then again, you have to take the good with the bad. When you're coming from TV, going to music, they most certainly look at you as, you know, whoever you are portrayed to be on TV. Because I've gotten, oh, I thought you were, so much more aggressive. And when people
Mm.
stop me in the streets, they're like, oh my God, you're so nice. And I look at them and I'm like, well, what did you expect me to be? Like rude or mean,
Right.
No, it's just I go into these scenes. I'm put in a location with
Right.
someone that I may or may not like,
Mm-hmm.
or I may be having a bad day and they may say something I may or may not like. And then I handle myself. But I'm 5'1", I'm 112 pounds, and you have to remember that these women and half of these girls that have came at me on the show and have overshadowed the music look I just had prior an hour to arguing with them
Mm-hmm.
don't realize that, they're provoking me and it's me allowing them. So I have to gain control of the situation and be able to control myself because that person might get 3,000 streams, whereas my record is getting 20 million streams.
Makes sense.
But now
So
they're going to get 20 million streams because I'm giving them the attention.
no, that makes sense. So I went back and listened to Once Upon a Time, and I had to think because the song came out 5 years ago, and a lot of the things that you're saying in that song was kind of ahead of its time, comparing it to what people are rapping about now. You know, so
Right.
do you ever look back and think about that, like saying like, damn, like what if I put this record out in say 2018, 2019?
I think about that all the time because now I see like the City Girls and Meg and Mulatto and the Sweetie, and I'm like, damn, I should have saved this one. Like I should have kept this one in the rabbit hole. But you
Yeah.
know what? I have so much more faith in myself. Like if people actually go listen to the new music, because a lot of
Hmm.
people comment, "Where's the new music?" Like, how about you turn on my Pandora station? Like,
There you
how about
go. There you go. Because we're playing off white.
No, right, and that's what I'm saying. So
we're,
people will be
we're playing the joint with
oblivious,
you and
like,
Remy.
right. So that's why I'm like, you can literally just type in my name, and I will pop up on any platform. If you listen to records like Too Much Money,
Right.
Tiptoe, If You Wanna, No Smoke, like I could go on. The records just go on. There's so many records that I go in on the back end and I look at the numbers and I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense how I'm getting all of these streams and no recognition. But people are still like, her music is trash. 20 million streams later on one platform, my music is trash.
People love to hate sometimes.
Right. So
No,
that's why
I mean,
again,
that's what it comes down to.
artists have to just stay consistent and
Hmm.
take the good with the bad, because they're gonna hate you one minute and they're gonna love you the next.
Facts. So are we gonna get some more music or a project this year?
You guys are gonna get so much music. I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
overload Pandora with so much music, and I
There
do
we
need
go.
to do that though, because I noticed that I have to put more of my music on Pandora, because it's definitely on there. I have my channel, guys. Please go
Yeah,
check out my Pandora channel. It's super dope. Once Upon a Time is probably the first song that's gonna pop up, and
probably. But we
we all
got
know
the
you
other
guys love
joints
it.
on there. I'm making sure that it populates your other stuff on there between the new record and Once Upon a Time. Because you said, you did put out a lot of music. You put out the project High Expectations.
Yes.
So what can we expect from the upcoming project that you're putting out? Are we gonna get another Remy collaboration? Let me ask that.
You know what's crazy? Remy loves me. She probably would do it again, but I would have to definitely talk to her about that. But I talk to Remy all the time, so that's something that I don't like. I love the fact that Remy is so supportive of me, and I think she would do it again too if it was the right record with the right situation. Honestly, I think that if I had to say one artist, female wise, that I would want to work with, it would be the obvious, would be Cardi, because not
Mm,
just because she's my friend, because I feel like we relate musically, like
yeah.
sound wise, and but yeah, expect all new music. So I have a
Okay.
new single
Okay.
coming in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's called "Don't Stop," and I'm actually rapping in English and Spanish on the record.
Okay. Okay. What brought this about?
Everybody knows. Well, not a lot of people know. Actually, everybody thinks I'm just white.
No, we
Um,
know we know we know you're what, half Italian and half
Half
Puerto
Puerto
Rican, right?
Rican.
Yeah, we know.
So I wanted to embrace more of like my Latin side, and
Mhm.
I have collabs with Chucky Siete Tres. He's a huge Latin artist. I
Okay.
also have Dixon Was. He's another Dominican artist who has a hit song Toco Toco Toto. So
Okay. Okay.
we did a song together called Nargueteo. It's also hosted by DJ Ramo. He's a Latin DJ who's well
Mhm.
respected. Um, this other girl, she's from Spain, La Zoe. So I've been doing like collabs with this Liberian artist. Shout out to Shatawale. I have a collab with him called Be Strong. He's the #1 artist in Ghana.
Oh
So,
wow, that's big.
and the project Fake Love, I will give you that. I'm putting out a project called Fake Love, and it will
Okay.
be dropping this year.
There it is right there. So with the new single, when it comes out in 2 weeks, you gotta hit me up because I gotta send it to the Latin curators also. Because
Yes.
we have two heads of Latin, so they need to hear
Heads
it too.
Latin. Come
Huh?
through to Heads Latin.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna wrap it up with my quarantine questions. What's the best thing you've watched so far since we kind of been on lockdown?
Money Heist.
Okay, I still have to get around to watching that. I'm gonna watch
You
it.
haven't seen it yet?
Man, I've been so busy. I just been like in the cave working. But I told myself next weekend I'm gonna binge on all movies. I'm taking off Memorial Day weekend. So Money
Yes.
Heist.
You
Have
have
you?
to binge off that.
Okay,
And I
okay.
actually watched this new documentary by it's called My Father's Daughter by Victoria Gotti.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard that one. It's good.
So good.
What channel is it on, or what service is it on?
I think it was Lifetime, but it's on Hulu and Netflix, so you'll be able to
Okay.
find it.
What's the name of it again?
My Father's Daughter,
My Father's Daughter. Okay.
yeah, by Victoria Gotti.
I got to remember that one. All right. Do you have a quarantine bag?
A quarantine bag?
Quarantine bag. Quarantine bag.
Oh, I do. I do have a quarantine bag. Yes.
Okay, there you go. You was one of the lucky ones, caught somebody early. Um, have you tried cooking any new foods?
Yes, tonight I'm going to try to make. I've made scallops before, but I'm gonna
Oh,
try to make lobster tail tonight.
okay. Y'all doing it big over there. That's what I'm talking about. What are some things that this time for us that we've kind of had to sit down and not really move around? What are some things that you may have discovered about yourself during this time?
I'm aggravating. Like I'm really aggravating. Like I whine a lot, and I'm kind of lazy in ways, like around the house sometimes. Like, and then I'll catch myself. Like I'll ask my assistant, like, can you put the dishes in the dishwasher for me? And she'll look at me. I'll be like, you're right, you're right. Like, let me put the.
To give it that look.
I've been going on Groupon. Like, is it safe to get a cleaning lady yet? Like,
Right. I hear you on that. My last question, what is the first thing you're going to do once we're able to move around safely?
Um, they're actually opening. They opened up Florida again. They're able
Hmm.
to move around, and New York is supposed to open up. I'm pretty sure. I think it was Monday. Don't kill me if I'm wrong in the comments, y'all, because y'all know y'all like to crucify if I'm wrong.
That's
But
why I don't even
I'm
look.
actually taking my family away on vacation to Florida. I'm renting a
Nice.
house and we're gonna quarantine out there with the kids. It's like a theme room. It has like the Minnie Mouse room, Avengers room, and
Okay.
best believe I'm gonna be putting on like the ears. I'm getting active with these kids.
Sounds like a fun trip. Yo, I appreciate your time. Be safe out there. And
Thank
once
you.
you're done with your vacation and things open up as far as the Pandora office in Atlanta, come through to Atlanta and we'll definitely chop it up.
I would love to come there, and I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm actually gonna get your
Please
contact
do.
after this live, and I'm gonna make sure that I get you the new single, and I get to Atlanta when the office is open,
Please do. All right.
so
Be
I can
safe. It's
aggravate you.
That's fine. Listen, it's what I'm built for. It's hard to aggravate me.
God bless you. Have a great night.
You too. Take care.